being let out. Yeah, I'm trying to. You can walk with me. Alright, I'm being let out. Yeah, I'm trying to. They told me to go this way. Okay. Alright, I was not let out the way I wanted to go. Okay. But I'm still in. I'm gonna see what's going on over here. So we're at the Red Cube, and I don't know what's closed off. What's going on? I'm gonna try and find the crowd again. Do you know what's going on?
No. How do you get out? This way?
I don't know how we got in. Well, that sucks. At least, hey, for those of you watching, this is the stream that got let back in, so you're able to see the park. Now, what just happened was, I was crossing the street over by Broadway and Pine when the police pulled the barricade open, and several people walked through, and I just walked through as well. Not about to sit here and ask questions. We made it to the park, and we were able to see that the park has been cleared out, and the park has been cleared out. The sanitation workers are currently removing all of the materials from the garbage cans and from the ground, loading them into 3 different trucks.
What the fuck is going on here?
The Occupy Wall Street protest has been cleared out, and there's about 3 or 4, maybe even 500 people right now amassed at the end of this block on Pine and Broadway. And we got about 10,500 people watching right now as we make our way around Nassau Street back to Pine.
Oh.
So we got Eyewitness News, ABC right here. I apologize to everybody who really is a big fan of Jess Schiff. You guys know her Twitter address, and you can follow her for her shenanigans. She is my friend from Occupy Wall Street, and she has been inadvertently made famous thanks to all of you watching. More importantly, we are back here at Pine, and I think I see police in...
And what is their legal reason for shutting down the streets?
They actually don't have one.
Right, they're not able to articulate why.
But they are cleaning. They are saying there's a sanitation issue, but that's... well, I'm not a legal expert, I'm not going to comment.
Right.
If they say it's sanitation and they're cleaning, I have nothing else.
But there's no law that prohibits you from crossing the street.
No, there isn't, and so the actions being taken right now are, well, I can't really comment. I don't really have a better idea. Foley Square is on Center if you walk this way.
Oh, cool, thanks. Let's go.
Wait, I'm sorry, it's the other way. It's that way. Wait. I was wrong, it's that way.
Who said that?
Alright, so it looks like people are going to start heading down to Foley.
Mike, check!
I don't know what time that is.
Welcome to, I like that one from James Brakowski, I think it was. This is the first person protester game. It's out now. This is just the demo. All you get to do is watch. Please, could you get me a coffee? Yeah. So there are now police lining the street on this side. I'm looking for my new friends, Villanueva, Theos, and Kaoris, the officers in the front who are actually talking with us. So this is what we missed while we were actually in the park. Police are lining the streets, trying to figure out what is going on. Now it's getting early, it's getting into working hours, and the street vendors are trying to set up, but as you can see, the police are lining the streets.
Service truck 881 cancellation.
So we're hearing reports that the police have just called in vans to Broadway and Pine, but it doesn't seem that anybody down here is on the scanners.
He's going to keep talking as long as he can.
So I'm going to try and make my way to Foley. I don't know what everyone here's plan is, and unfortunately for the fans, I don't know where Jess went either. So the person who mentioned the police vans, we don't have any confirmation. We don't have anybody who's actually on the radio right now.
Justin!
Foley is not far at all, actually. Excuse me. Foley is just about a half mile. I'm gonna try and find some more people that I might know and figure out what's happening. So what's going on? So we have ABC7 outside right here. So for those of you who are watching and do not know the other 99, my name is Tim. I am the Ustream guy. So right now you can see just right here, many police officers came out to the left, had left. The police had opened up a barricade and actually allowed me through, and I was able to get a good shot of the park to see exactly what had happened. The park has been cleared out. Sanitation workers are now loading up the garbage. We're hearing rumors that once they're done, they're going to leave and everyone's allowed back in, but not with camping gear. We've also heard rumors that, or I shouldn't say rumors, but hearsay from someone who told us the police said the Occupy movement ends here. So that's not true at all. Let's get see what ABC's up to. So I'm curious about those people who live here.
Oh, they're backing home. Yeah. I don't think
So it looks like the police are now moving. They let me in. I don't know why. What if they wouldn't let me back out? Okay, sorry. Looks like some kind of warning is being issued on a bullhorn. I'm going to try to get closer to hear what's being said. Sorry you guys if I'm not getting to the chat stream.
Shoot the guy. I want to go back in. Yeah. I want to see it.
They let me in. Hey, they let me in. Everything's gone. Right now there's nothing on the ground. They're power washing the ground. There's nothing in the park. There's a few trucks pulled up and there's a bunch of garbage on the side and there's the garbage leaving.
My house is in that trash can?
Yeah. It's all gone.
Confines of the 101
You could actually see
1013 inside 2045 Seeger Boulevard, Crest Road to Burnside Place.
Everyone started going to Foley.
Large pants, or units responding around now.
All right. It looks like media is assembling at Foley Square, and I'm also hearing reports that so is Michael Moore. I don't know what that means because I'm not really a fan. I'm more of independent, I suppose. But I'm going to try and follow these folks, see if we can make it down to Foley. People are yelling, just go to Foley, and I am. So bear with me, it's about a half mile. I could run full speed, but I'm choosing not to. So to address a lot of the heated emotion we've seen earlier, I try to be as understanding as possible when it comes to, events like this. Now, the way I see it is we have people who have tried and tried in some way, maybe not the right way, to make a difference. A lot of people were real excited for Obama. A lot of people in the Tea Party fought to get their specific leaders elected, and none of it worked. Protests. We've had protests for the last decade. We haven't really seen, much of a difference, and now we have Congress at 9% approval rating, which is like a record low for history, in history, I'm sorry. So now that you have these occupiers, they decided that, the old system hasn't worked, the old methods haven't worked, what can we do? And, they came out and they essentially sat down and said, we're done playing this game. Now, a lot of these people are just emotional right now when we've seen the police come in and just, without notice, just take away property, just destroy, $80,000 worth of donations that people gave to us for this movement they believed in. It's just, if someone takes your prized belonging, your precious belonging, and destroys it, I would not be at all surprised if they had, an emotional fit due to it. It's hard to ask everyone to be calm and... Alright. Well, I don't know what time. Does anyone know what time it is? 5:30 in the morning. Are y'all headed to Foley Square? Alright. Looks like we're headed to Foley Square. So Foley Square, Broadway and Pine, NYPD are trending on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. At least I'm getting reports. People are telling me not to go to Foley, but the police are breaking up Broadway and Pine, and a lot of people have started to leave. So I'm hoping that we can figure out what's happening. I'm hearing reports of about 200 people at Foley. Now, I want to say this for everybody. Just because we leave Zuccotti today doesn't mean we won't be back tomorrow. Earlier, those of you who didn't see, they did let me back into the park, and I was able to get some shots of what was happening, though it was pretty limited. But I saw that the ground had been cleared, they were power washing the ground. All of the materials in the park had been thrown into garbage trucks. And then the police wouldn't let me back out. I had to walk around.
First time 0530 hours, SOD radio frequency, WIM 567, WIM 511.
Does anybody want to tell a story, or was anyone there when this happened, or have anything they've seen? While we can just sort of create some filler while we walk to Foley Square.
This is the financial district. This is where all the world's finances happen.
All right. It's also where you can buy Universal jewelry and.
So next time that the park gets evicted, I'm gonna pack orange vest and a
DSNY.
Sorry?
DSNY.
Yeah, or one of those DSNY shirts. And it'll all be good. No, we had a bunch of our friends were in there, so we were kind of outside the park watching.
So we've got a small group with us headed to Foley. A lot of people had broken off and started just, going there individually or with their small groups of friends. So I'm seeing reports that there are 6 NYPD vans, and there might be arrests at Foley right now. So we've got, if you can see in front of me, there's several people walking, and I assume most of them are headed to Foley Square right now.
436 West 27, 436 West 27.
I'm also seeing a report that police are arresting people at Foley Square, and there is a scanner report they're calling in more. I appreciate all of the input. I can't confirm any of it, but I will take it, with a grain of salt, the best I can.
10 okay.
So, we can see the occupiers now displaced.
1011 Commercial Bird is...
we're at Nassau and Fulton, heading down now to Foley Square, which is not too far.
Waterfront Realty
And just in front of me is another group of occupiers.
No indication, K.
So I was just at Broadway and Pine. I had been there for about 5 hours. Well, maybe about 4 hours, 4.5. And they did start breaking up the groups, and many people started dispersing. And the police lined the street and started getting the trucks out.
Affirmative, 136 West 27.
I want to be able to get everybody a bit of perspective. And people are saying they're worried about what's happening at Foley. I'll be all right. I appreciate everybody who's coming in, who's watching our Ustream channel, who's following me on Twitter. FYI, my cell phone can stream for about 70 hours. Not entirely worried. Also, I have my LED on as well, so I'm burning power quickly. So for those of you wondering what I am streaming on, I have a Galaxy S2 4G, and I'm using an Energizer XPAL 18,000 mAh battery. The battery, 18,000 mAh standard cell phone battery, is 1,500 or 2,000. So just roughly about 10 battery, recharges. But I'm wired into it right now. My phone is actually charging faster than it can discharge. No, I'm not selling anything, and we are not sponsored. For those of you who are with us on the Broadway March, when the occupiers took over Broadway, and my bag fell open, and I lost all of my, well, not all of it, but I lost a good portion of equipment, broke a battery, and... Holy Square!